The name of our project is Buck Converter and its comparison. In this project we had four main objectives. First is to implement a buck converter and simulate it on Proteus software. Make a circuit on a PCB that is exactly as same as the circuit in Proteus, and then compare how different the simulated circuit is from our PCB soldered circuit. And then finally compare a commercially available buck converter with our own circuit.
So the first question which comes in our mind is why we did this project. During this time of online education, many projects, lab experiments, etc. are performed using lab simulators. Online circuit simulators can never be equal to hands-on learning, but we wanted to find out how much difference it made and how different were the results. That's why we come up with this idea. Next thing that comes in our mind is what is a buck converter. A buck converter is a DC to DC step-down voltage converter whose output voltage is always lower than its input, while its output current is more than its input. Ideally, its input and output power is the same, and it is a category of switch mode power supply or SMPS, which converts voltage from one level to another level more efficiently than linear regulator counterparts. The components which we are using in our project are as follows. We are using NE555 IC for providing pulse signal. Then we are using some diodes and capacitors. Then we are using N-channel MOSFETs and some inductors. And lastly, we are using potentiometers, resistors and block connectors.
A buck converter consists of three main parts. First, a PWM source, second, a fast switching component, and finally a flywheel circuit. We have used 555 timer IC for PWM generation and a N-channel MOSFET for fast switching. The flywheel circuit is charged whenever the PWM signal is high and is discharged through the load when the PWM signal is low. So by controlling the duty cycle of the signal, we can control the output voltage. As the source we are using is DC, the voltage measured is the average voltage across the load. The charge is stored in the inductor in flywheel circuit and the capacitor is used to stabilize the output. This is the Proteus software we have used for our simulations, and this is the buck converter circuit we have used. We chose Proteus software because it offers many advantages over other softwares such as 3D modeling, generation of Gerber files and downloading the library of exact component that we will be using in our PCB circuit. We can also change parameters of components such as internal resistance, simulation temperature and many more parameters which make the simulation much closer to the real world testing. Here you can see the 3D model circuit generated using Proteus, and this is the circuit we made after simulation. We tested our circuit and the commercial buck converters using different loads from 5 kilo ohms to 100 kilo ohms. We also tested with an LED to observe the input power and output power and then find respective efficiency of each buck converter. Here is a commercial buck converter with LM2596 IC by Texas Instrument. It is a switching regulator or a step-down buck converter which is capable of driving up to 3 amps load with an excellent line and load regulation. The LM2596 operates at a switching frequency of 150 kHz. The buck converter we have made suffers from a huge drawback. After changing the load resistance, the output voltage also changes. To rectify this, a feedback circuit have to be used. In our case, to add a feedback circuit to our project, we had to use a microcontroller and then code it to change the PWM cycle according to the feedback. But that would increase the cost of our buck converter. The LM2596 IC on the other hand has a feedback circuit inbuilt and hence the output voltage remain constant even when the load is changed. Here are the testing results of our PCB soldered circuit. As the resistance of the load rises, the current decreases and so does the efficiency of a buck converter. As we can see, the LED consumes largest current and has the highest efficiency amongst all the loads. The commercial buck converter also displayed similar results. The efficiency decreases with increase in load resistance. Here, the LED consumed the maximum current and displayed the highest efficiency. In case of LED as a load, the commercial buck converter was much more efficient than our PCB circuit. However, with lower current values, our PCB circuit displayed more efficiency. This is a comparison table of the three buck converters. It is showing several factors such as maximum and minimum supply voltage, efficiency and also other factors like cost, size and reliability. These are taken from our observation as well as the datasheet of components used. Now let's talk about the conclusion we drew from our project. The simulated model does not represent real world situation. It ignores current voltage and temperature limitation of components. It is good for beginners, but simulation alone should never be the learning process of a student. Our PCB circuit was much different from the simulated circuit. For example, simulation was showing values for input voltage at which the component in the circuit should have stopped working. It also considered many variables to be constant, but it is not in the case in real world. Our PCB circuit can only operate at lower voltages, and unless the current draw of our load is high enough, the efficiency is unacceptable and this circuit cannot be used in projects. However, it is a great learning experience and helps in understanding of working of PWM for voltage regulation, and it is much better than simulations. The commercial circuit had several advantages like low cost, small size, high efficiency, temperature and high current protection, high reliability, and most important, feedback circuit. But with small currents, it was even less efficient than our PCB circuit due to presence of extra component and feedback in its circuit. Industrial buck converters are very efficient voltage regulators. However, their efficiency decreases drastically with small output currents. So for small projects, linear voltage regulator should be used, and purchasing a commercial buck converter should be considered instead of making one.